Okay. So the midterm is posted. You can access it. I'm not setting a due date on the midterm. I put a due date. I put the 21st. So that's, you have 1 week to complete the midterm chapters. All the chapters we've gone over at this point. Um, Keep in mind that the midterm itself is supposed to
Hold
be
it.
completed this
Um,
week. Go ahead. You got a question? No? Okay. Keep in mind that the midterm is posted to be completed in 1 week, but I leave it open. So if you had an emergency, you're sick or something, you couldn't get to it, it's still open. You can still take it, okay? So I don't shut out the midterm. So you could take the midterm late if need be. But next week is set up for you to come to work on just the midterm. All right. So we're not going to have class like how you see we're having virtual class today. We're not having virtual class next week because at the time you we would be taking to be online, you should take your midterm. All right. So that's how that works. So we're not going to have a virtual class. Uh, just do your midterm. All right. If you miss it for some reason, you can take it anytime during the week, anytime. You can take it midnight, 1 a.m., whenever you want, just take it. But if you don't take it, it's still open. All right. I don't close it out. So I won't penalize you. Just get it done. Uh, that is the most important thing. Okay. So the research project starts today. Midterm is next week. We won't have class next week. Make sure you complete it during that week. All right. If for some reason you still haven't gotten your MyLab, the Pearson MyLab, uh, has is there anyone in this class who has not yet registered for Pearson MyLab? No, it's not on Pearson. It's on good question. The the link is a quiz I made. The quiz is physically on Brightspace. So you take it on Brightspace as an exam on Brightspace. It's not on MyLab. The study material is the same stuff on MyLab, but it's a quiz I made. Now the second question is, has anyone here not registered with MyLab? Has anyone like hasn't registered, hasn't set up MyLab, hasn't done anything on MyLab? If you have or haven't, if you haven't, shoot me an email if you don't want to say anything. Uh, because MyLab's essentially all your course all of your coursework. I had one student, she had an financial issue, but she let me know. So if you're having issues, let me know. All right. So I'm gonna go and um, focus on the syllabus, not the syllabus. What is? Let me see if I can find it. Content. So, the rubric for the company research project called company research description. So if you go to Brightspace, go to content. At the very top of the table of contents, you'll see course syllabus and rubric. Then you'll see, the syllabus, a rubric, and you'll see company research description. If you click on that, that's the assignment. That's where the assignment is. Okay, so you'll be able to just see it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over it together. I'll go over everything with you guys. Let's see, share screen. Okay, so some of you may have looked at this already. I did touch base briefly with this during the beginning of the semester, week 1, week 2 in class. So the company research report is you looking at companies, S&P 500 companies. So S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the US that represent the overall broad economic market, right? So you pick a company. After you pick a company, your objective is to then just answer the questions that are below it. Okay. So these are examples of companies, right? So you'll see like JP Morgan Chase, Walmart, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Visa, MasterCard. There's many other things not listed here. I don't even know if Google's listed here. Google, in case you're wondering, Google is yeah, they have Alphabet because that's actually the proper name of Google, right? So pick a company, and that's what you just research. Okay. So I'm going to use Coca-Cola as an example. If you decide to use it too, that's fine. So you say we're going to grab Coca-Cola, right? And it gives you the instructions. The instructions, this is sort of like a overview of all of the sort of basic questions it's going to ask, but the actual questions aren't here. The actual questions start here where it says first section introduction. So each section is a set of questions. Section one, or first section, second section, third section, fourth section. Okay. They got the conclusion, excuse me, the conclusion over here, and this little SWOT analysis. All right. Answer them. Right. So first section says identify the company, Coca-Cola. Second question, which stock market is the company traded and what is that ticker of the company? It's the S&P 500 company. You can do more research and just Google what stock market exchange is Coca-Cola listed under, and it'll show you all the stock market exchanges it's listed under. Okay. Then the third question is how to contact this company via postal mail, phone number, web address, so on and so forth. So where do I find that? Okay. So if you don't know where to find that, the little tip I tell students is Google. I can't even spell Google right. That's because okay. And then go to Yahoo Finance, right? Now you could just go to Yahoo Finance if you know where to go. And the reason why you go to Yahoo Finance is because you can use them as a search function. All right. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in um, Coca-Cola, right? And you guys can see my share screen. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. All right. So go to Yahoo Finance, type in Coca-Cola. Okay. And what happens is Coca-Cola, which was going to happen is going to give you a whole investor breakdown profile of Coca-Cola. And essentially, like maybe 50% or if not most of the answers you are looking for are already listed here on Yahoo Finance. All right. So one of the questions was, who do you mail? Who do you send address to? So on and so forth. Who do you do all that, right? So you just click on profile. See where it says profile right here? And you'll see the information, address, phone number, email, sector, industry, key executives. All right. Those are some of the answers that is being asked of you for the assignment. Okay. So we go back to here. You'll see those are the questions they're asking, right? And you can find all these questions are listed there. Mission statement, everything's there. So you go to Yahoo Finance, you can find a lot of that data and information. So for example, who are the executives? Chief Executive Officer, President, so on and so forth. It's all listed there. Okay. So you can easily find everything you're looking for there. So you got company, financial performance, total revenue, things of that sort, go to click on financials. And when you click on financials, right? So financials over here, you find all the financial data you need. Revenue, profit. So almost everything you need to complete the assignment is listed here. So my recommendation is to just go ahead, go to Yahoo Finance, click on it, and you can easily complete most of the assignment that they're requesting from there, right? So that's how you complete most of that. Now, the other thing to take consideration, where were we? Sorry. Let's see. They're gonna ask more technical questions, right? They're gonna ask technical questions like, what's the company's top 10 revenue source? Uh, you'll find that under the 10K. How do you find the 10K? Couple of things. You have to you first take a look at the Yahoo Finance, see if you can find the answer there. If not, it's actually pretty simple, right? They want you to actually go to the company 10K and do research. So what you could do is you could Google the answer. It's a pretty common common answer, right? You could these are large companies, lots of research been done as companies. You can find the answer very quickly. But for the most part, the easier thing to do, well, Googling it would be easier, but what they want you to do is to find the 10K. How do you find the 10K? All right. So the way you're supposed to find 10K is you're supposed to literally go to their website and then you're supposed to just find their 10K. The easier thing to do is actually just type in Coca-Cola 10K and you'll bypass all the links and trying to get through their investor profile, their website. You just type in the company name, Microsoft 10K, Coca-Cola 10K, Alphabet 10K, JP Morgan Chase 10K, right? And it'll usually bring you to the link right here, and you'll see their 10K. Okay, this is their most recent annual 10K, which is right here. Now this is like 130 some pages. Okay, so you're not going to go through a whole 130 some pages. So what you're going to do is if you're on a PC, you can hit Control F on your keyboard together. Okay. And when you hit Control F, you're going to see a little box that pops up, and then you could just type in what you need to type in. All right. So if I'm looking for whatever the question is asking you, a specific question, right? If they want to know about 1A, item 1A, right? Now it's already linked here. Top revenue products. Type in what you're looking to search for, you know? And so you can find the answers on this 130-page 10K from what's being asked by doing Control F, type in the words you're looking for. You can sort through it much faster, find what you're looking for, okay? If you're on a Mac, it's not Control F, it's like I feel like an Option F or something, or a different thing, but it's the same functionality. And you can search through the 10K very quickly, find what you're looking for to find the answers. Now, I say you could Google the answer because the Google knows the answer already. These are common questions. These are not very specific, detailed questions like how much revenue did Coca-Cola make during their third quarter in 2022. It's not, Google would probably still tell you the answer because AI would probably give you an accurate answer, but it doesn't always give you an accurate answer, okay? So you can find all the answers on the 10K that's asking. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go through this 10K, this research project, and find all the answers. What I'm telling you is the Yahoo Finance kind of sorts it all out already for you. So use the Yahoo Finance to answer maybe half the questions. The stuff you can't find, you come to the 10K, you do a Control F, find it in the 10K, or just use Google, you know. But this is accurate, right? Google may not give you an accurate question answer, but what's in the 10K comes from directly from the Coca-Cola company. So the 10K is what Coca-Cola, because you guys might not even know what 10K is, right? So 10K is like an annual investor statement that Coca-Cola releases about its profits, its losses, its company, its business, all its stuff. It releases uh, to its investors publicly. Has to prepare their 10K, their annual 10K. They prepare a lot of different documents. So this stuff comes right from the horse's mouth. This comes from Coca-Cola. Okay. So since this is coming directly from Coca-Cola, you know it's legit. So that's why they want you to grab the data from the legit source from the 10K. That's what they're trying to teach you to do. Okay. So if you want to do it that way, which is the legit way for your own knowledge and gaining of information and skills, do it that way. If you just want to answer the questions, Google it. Okay. Uh, yes, sometimes AI is wrong, so you could get wrong answers, but just be mindful. I'm showing you where you really find the answers. All right. So with that said, let's continue on. All right. Okay, so they're asking these different questions. The 10, locate from the 10K how the company breaks down its total revenue. Go to the 10K, Control F, find it, right? Um, the four P's, marketing analysis. Describe the company's four P's, right? You could is product placement, is marketing um, description. The easiest thing to do is Google Coca-Cola 4 P's. That's the easiest thing to do, okay? Because this stuff has been whatever company, if you're doing Chase, whatever company you're going to do, right? So describe this. So you just do a Google search. What's Coca-Cola's marketing P's? And it'll tell you the 4 P's of Coca-Cola. That's how you answer that. Okay. Next question is review and summarize item 1 from the company's 10K. I just actually showed you guys where that is, right? If I remember correctly. Um, Scrolling all the way back, right? You see here item 1 and item 1A. So click on it, boom, it'll bring you to the paragraph you need to find the answer. It's all there, okay? If you didn't have this, or some 10Ks maybe that aren't organized this way, Control F, okay? And you find what you're looking for. So that's kind of the gist of this. I'm going to keep going for you guys, okay? And it says suggest having at least one paragraph focused on, because when you go to the 1A, they're going to go over their sector, their financials, their marketing, their business model. You don't have to do all that, right? It just summarize basically, take some key pieces to summarize it, answering these questions here, okay? The third section is the company competitive environment. So what they want you to do is they actually want you to take a competitor. So we're doing Coca-Cola. Who's Coca-Cola's biggest competitor? Pepsi, right? So you're going to say, all right, let's grab Pepsi, and you're going to do some of the same things. You answer the questions, right? So, uh, total revenue and net income. You go to Yahoo Finance, find the data. Okay, you'll be able to find Pepsi, the total revenue, total net income data for the most recent year. Okay, pull up the 10K, Google Pepsi 10K, go to their 1A, find the same information. All right, so they're just having you do a competitor, do the same thing with a competitor. Okay, then the conclusion. This is using the evidence presented in the second and third, create a conclusion, right? And they want you to answer these two questions from the conclusion. Okay. Don't worry about the appendix here. This is a literacy certificate. You guys are supposed to either have obtained that or you're working on that by taking a freshman year course online. You should get that certificate during that course. I don't require it for this course. You're supposed to attach it to show that you know how to do research. But I'm not really requiring it because a lot of students don't even know they're supposed to do that. So you guys should be in my class finishing that on your own and completing that. And a lot of times the students don't even know what the heck that is. So I'm not going to stress it. All right. And then you do a SWOT analysis. What's a SWOT analysis? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Just Google it. Okay. It's that simple. Yeah, don't worry about it. So uh Google Coca-Cola SWOT. All right. There you go. Coca-Cola SWOT. And you'll get so many models, images that discuss the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunity threats of Coca-Cola. All right. Look at them, read them, review them. Make sure you're not using a junky version. Uh, there you go. Okay. It's simple. And that's it. So that's pretty much like half of this you can do, half of this you can do, maybe the better half of it you can do just typing in the company name under Yahoo Finance, and a lot of answers are there, right? Basic revenue answers. The more specific answers they want on 10K, uh, Google Coca-Cola 10K or whatever you're doing 10K, right? And then it's in section 1A, section 1. You can control F if you need to find specific information. You can just Google the information as well. Okay. For the marketing piece, the 4Ps, Google Coca-Cola's marketing 4P, JP Morgan Chase marketing 4P, and you'll get a lot of data on that. So that's it. It's that basic. It's very simple. Gave you kind of a helping hand on there. I am also going to post the official company, the official business department's version of what I just did with you guys. They go over it with you as a video. You can watch it. What I'm doing here is kind of showing you like how to actually complete it, how to do it, where the answer, where would you get the answers? Okay. Any questions before I continue? All right. So that's the first part. So the company research project is you completing this on your own. In about 4 weeks, I'm going to post this link and you'll be able to upload it. You should complete it in a Word document. Okay. You could just copy paste these questions and just answer them. I'm not particular about how you go about doing it as long as you proofread it. The last thing I want to tell you is if there's a question you don't understand, if there's a question you're not sure about, just don't worry about it. Just move on. There's close to like 25 questions, 30 questions here. If you don't get one wrong, then you're not going to fail. Okay. So don't stress it. Don't get caught up on trying to figure out, if you're stuck on two questions because you're not sure, don't kill yourself. All right. You can watch this video we're going over. You can rewatch it again. I'm going to post this. You could go through what I go through on this lecture to kind of guide you through it. All right. The second part of this is the company presentation. So first you do the research project, which is due in about 4 weeks. You can knock out on the weekend. You can knock out a couple of hours, maybe faster. Since I kind of showed you where to find everything, it's not going to take you 4 weeks to do this. All right. You can knock down the day if you just rewatch my video or have it playing on the side while we go through it, and you can just knock it out. Okay. Company presentation is where you take all the work you just did now, all the research, and you're going to put it into a presentation. Okay. Now, the presentation is supposed to be a group presentation, but again, this is going to be individual. I'm making it individual. Okay. So What you do is you create a PowerPoint presentation and you just take the data and put it into a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and here's the guidelines of how you would organize it. Section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, conclusion, and just turn it into a presentation. Then you're supposed to present it, right? So for me, 80% of the grade is going to be actually just completing the presentation as a PowerPoint, right? If you want that last, if you want that B into an A, right? You want the A, then what you do is you actually have to make a presentation of yourself presenting it. So how do you do that? So uh, either we come to class and everyone stands in class and presents, but what I usually do is I have the students just deliver a virtual presentation, okay? Virtual presentation could be how we are now in class, but I usually had request the students just record a presentation of them presenting the material, right? So how would you do that? You're on Zoom. We're all sitting here right now in a Zoom class. You can jump off of this class, for example, open up the Zoom app, go into your own private meeting room, and you could record yourself making a presentation. You could just hit record and record yourself. If you want to use your phone camera, you can use your phone camera. With the Zoom, though, the Zoom will allow you to superimpose your project if you're on a computer or a laptop. You can even do it, whatever technology source you have, iPad. You can actually share what you have on your computer or your phone and have it in the background while you make a presentation. Record it, save it, then just upload it to YouTube. If you have a YouTube account, a Google account, you can upload it. Very simple, very easy. If you don't want to do that, if you want to actually physically upload like a X amount of gigabytes things, you could do that as well. But that's the easiest way to do it. If you want to record yourself, or using your phone camera, then upload to YouTube, you could do that too. Okay. So the presentation is going to be a virtual presentation. You're going to record yourself, but submitting that's separate separate from submitting your actual PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So what you would do is you'd be submitting your PowerPoint presentation and your video together. If your video has the PowerPoint presentation in the video, then you wouldn't need to do that, right? Because I would see it during your presentation. You guys have any questions on that? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. If you want to put it up as a link, you public, I would make it public, post the link. So like you could do a submission. So what you would do for the example you're giving, you would obviously upload the actual PowerPoint presentation, right, as your assignment. So everyone has to upload their PowerPoint presentation. Then you can just like when you upload things on Brightspace, you could usually leave like there's like a note, or you could write something that you could post the YouTube link in that submission. So I'll see it, right? So that's one way to do it. Like that's what I do. I just upload to YouTube. I've had some students just physically just like dump the whole file. uh like an MP4 file, a big old file. It uploaded, you know. I was able to click on look at it that way. So depends, but definitely I would like you to post your the PowerPoint presentation, the raw presentation, PowerPoint presentation, the file, not necessarily not the video presentation, not about the actual PowerPoint presentation. Go ahead, your hand is raised.
Um, when is this due again?
So, good question. The actual project, which I went over, uh, is due about 4 weeks from now. So that's going to be like week 11. Then at
Okay.
the end of the semester, the actual presentation where you're, taking the data of the research material you did and putting it in a PowerPoint presentation and then making a presentation, that's due at the end of the semester.
Okay.
So this is like two parts to it, which is why it might be a little confusing. So the first part is the company research report. So that's just you answering these questions and posting these questions 4 weeks from now. Then you're going to take all that data you did, and then you're going to do the presentation, which is the second half of the the rest of the, then you'll have like maybe 4 weeks to complete that.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because we'd be on week 11 pretty much, or yeah,
yeah.
or something like that.
We'll be
Yeah, I
we'll
feel
be
you.
at week 11, 4 weeks, and then it was 15 weeks, and then you have another 4 weeks to do that, which shouldn't be too difficult. If you're having technical issues trying to do your video, let me know. All right. I mean, you guys are pretty, I don't want to say you are tech savvy, but I think the general consensus is that most students are more tech savvy than their older professors. Okay. So, so I feel like, like I could literally bust out my phone, record myself. Now, some students, maybe they have financial challenges or financial issues. Well, I don't have a phone that can record or, stuff like that happens, so respectfully so. That's why, let me know. Just text me. It's cool. Just let me know. That's why 80% of the grade I'm doing is going to be just submitting the PowerPoint presentation because you can always work on that in class. You can work on that in the computer lab. Okay. So let me know. Just let me know if it's if you're having financial issues that makes you te technologically resource starved and what you can and can't do in your own private space. Let me know. I won't hold you accountable. I'll figure out something else for you to do. I mean, you're still going to do the presentation as far as the PowerPoint, but in terms of wanting the full, you want the A, we'll figure it out. Okay. You guys have any more questions about this? Any issues? Is it
Well,
fair? Would you rather go come down to class instead and stand there and present? Or we do it virtually here?
virtual for sure. But
Yeah.
what week are we on this week?
So good question. I updated everything because I didn't update it for I don't know, for some reason I didn't update it, but I just updated it. So we're on week 6.
Okay.
Okay. Tomorrow next week is week 7, and your midterm is begins week 7. Okay.
Okay.
So you start your midterm. All right, go ahead. Your hand is raised.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so like what exactly is the Pearson like MyLab for? Like are we supposed to use it for this project or is it like something separate?
All right. Did you just come into class recently? Did you come in late or were you here before?
Oh, no, I was here before.
All right. So do you have the MyLab?
Yeah, yeah, I got it recently.
Okay, good. So MyLab it's all the work you do. Like this is an online course, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all your homework, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, it's all MyLab. So you each week, you're reading a different chapter, chapter 1, the next week, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and then you're doing all the MyLab assignments um, appropriate to the week that is due.
Okay.
All right. Now, what is not so the entire class is all Pearson MyLab, and the entire class is the Pearson Excel workbooks that you're doing online. That's the entire class work. All right. What is not on MyLab is the company research presentation and research project that we're talking about. You got to do that on your own. You're going to post the link on Brightspace. The midterm is on Brightspace. The final is on Brightspace. That's not MyLab, but all of the content is the same content. The MyLab content is the same stuff as what you would see on the exam for um, Pearson. If that answers the question. Okay. Yeah. So there's no allotted time for the MyLab. So if you're behind, you can just I didn't put a due date on them. So don't worry about it. If there is a due date on it, just finish it anyway. I'll still give you credit. So don't stress it. All right. You guys have any other questions? Any questions about the research project? Any questions about the presentation that's due? the midterm that's coming up. Go ahead.
Uh, so for the, I know the midterm, right, you can access it anytime for next week or even
Yep.
after, but what's the time limit on that? So I don't know if you mentioned it or not, sorry.
I think like an hour 15 or something.
Okay,
And to someone, yes, you can do the midterm anytime next week.
okay, thank
So
you.
we don't have class next week, just so you know. Uh, the what I will hold on a second. Give me a second, guys.
How long is the midterm? How many questions?
I'm gonna I'm gonna actually go into more details with you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I sound like an old fogey, but I don't remember the exact amount of questions. All I know is when I made it so that I gave you like an extra 15 minutes more than what people would normally give you to finish a question like that. So I don't think you'll have anything to worry about. Let me just stop the recording.